Here we got the Vanagon over in the shade. A little bit flatter lighting, more even. I'll do another exterior walk around. Kinds of shenanigans happening in the background. Then I'll open it up. We could do the interior. All right, here I've got it all opened up. Here the rear facing seats are removed and the JL audio sub is in place. I usually angle that differently when I put the table up. I'll show you that. Here's the rear bench seat. A little bit of staining on this seat too, you know, just commiserate with use. I do have, that is included with the sale, a fitted seat cover that normally lives on top of this that actually will not only preserve the seat further, but also looks a little better. Here's the back of the front seats. Air conditioning tunnel. They always sag here. We repaired this. And that way all the air goes to the front. And the headliner on the far side. Some staining here along the windows. A little bit of a tear here. This cup holder is missing a cover. That can be easily sourced. And then some wrinkling back here. And I would say the rest of the headliner has, you know, similar condition. This light here is broken, and then to fix that, you actually have to remove that part of the headliner. So I made the decision not to fix that. And you have this light here and the fluorescent light. Cup holder. This cup holder, like I said, the cover's missing on that one. I can probably get one of those before we have this posted. And then again, there's this cup holder here for the rear facing seat. Those were features you got with the Carat. Dashboard, crack-free dashboard. Block punk stereo, Eclipse speakers with the JL audio sub, their steering wheel. Two more cup holders here. Here's the carpet, just a little bit of staining. Again, very presentable, but not so perfect that you can't use it. And that's what these are made to be done, is to be able to use. Here's the headliner above the front seats. The nice thing about a tin top is the air conditioning goes all the way to the front. So you have ice cold air blowing on your face, whereas on a pop top, it stops here and doesn't go any further. So that's another reason I opted to go with the tin top versus a pop top Vanagon. So what I'll do is I'll put the rear seats in, and then I'll fold up the table and fold down the bed. We'll do the engine bay. Right, here's the rear area. Cushion is very nice. The rear headrests are missing, and the reason these go missing is you have to remove them in order to fold the Z bed down. So oftentimes those get tucked away, never to be seen again in some previous owner's basement. You can still get them, although personally I wouldn't do that just because they get in the way. So here's the rear hatch trim, air conditioner. I'll pull this cushion out and show you underneath. Here's underneath the bench seat. auxiliary heater, which is intact. You just open this valve and you've got full rear heat, which is important if you live in a cold weather state. And then a Blaupunkt 6-disc CD changer, which is actually what I run mostly. I just put my CDs in there, and a little bit better sound quality than MP3. I'll fold the bed out. Here's the bed folded down. And as you can see, one of the nicest features about this is that it's the full width of the van, so it's almost a queen size bed. And if you put the passenger seat in, the rear facing passenger seat, that actually folds down to about here. So it even gives you a little more room if you want to put something there for your feet to hang off. But what I use is a inflatable bedroll on this. Is super comfortable. And my brothers, we use a Tempur-Pedic memory foam topper that we got from Costco, which makes them really comfortable. But even like this, it's great for sleeping. Another nice feature is this seat backrest lock has this rubber cover that you can put on top of it so you don't bang your head on that in the middle of the night, which I can speak from experience is not a pleasant experience. Here we have the rear facing jump seat in. So again, just a little bit of staining on the seat, but overall very good. This cover on the other side is missing on this one, so I use this one on the far side since you don't see it. There's a little bit of delamination there. This folds up, and then the other thing to remove it, it's really simple. I'll just set the camera here. You fold this up, pull this pin, and it comes out just like that. So very easy to install and remove. And generally I'll leave this one in place and then leave this one out just to give me a little more utility, but super easy to move. Another nice feature you get with these are these little trays. These are factory trays, and they just go right here behind the seat. So these just clamp on right here behind the seat, which is super nice for storage. It gives you another storage option. Down here we have a lap belt. So the rear facing occupant, that bolts into here, they just get the lap belt facing rearward. Okay, here's the other rear facing seat. One nice thing about this one is you just flip that lever and it folds up out of the way. And it has another tray right here behind it. And again, super easy to remove. Here's the table folded up. With the way I have the sub hooked up, you have to move it to unfold the table, but then I just slide it back. And it's not a big deal to just unplug it for that, so you don't have to deal with it. The table itself locks using this little mechanism here, and it does have a tendency to jiggle loose, but the way that I have the sub keeps it locked, and I know they make a kit. It's an improvement on that. It's not broken, it's just how they are, but you can upgrade that with a kit from Rocky Mountain Westie. All right, so here's some of the extras I was talking about. Carpeted dash cover to protect it from UV exposure. Factory front floor mats. There's a little bit of staining on the drivers, but overall they kind of match the overall patina of the interior. All-weather rubber pad for the rear area, carpet protector, and then fitted seat covers for the rear bench seat. So that's the backrest, and then this is the seat bottom cushion. So I usually run that on there just to preserve the cloth on the original cloth on the seat. The factory jack I have laid out. It has two lug nuts. Excuse me, two sockets. The first is a low profile to get the nuts off without scratching the center of the wheel, and then the second is an impact. So these here are the fitted privacy curtains, and they go from these snaps here, and it's a full-length curtain behind the front seats, and they cover every window in the back, so you're completely enclosed in here with zero possibility for anybody seeing through. Most of these are long gone, but these live in this Tupperware container under the seat, and when I found them I don't think they'd ever been used. They were still sealed in the plastic from new. The previous owner didn't even know what they were. So these live under the seat, and they're all present and accounted for. Here's the factory owner's manual. Warranty card from new. Stereo manual, remote cigarette lighter, and head unit cover. So here's the rear undercover of the engine bay, and then if we pull that out, the engine bay cover itself. Here's the engine bay. Should point out this is not the original motor. It actually came from Rocky Mountain Westie, one of their personal vans that my brother bought and put a Subaru motor in. So this motor came from that and had been thoroughly gone through before we got it. It's probably got about 15,000 miles on it since then, and then another maybe 20 to 30,000 miles since they had gone through it. Rocky Mountain Westie aluminum coolant expansion tank. We've got all new fuel lines, which is important just for the you don't want to run the old fuel lines. They have a tendency to catch on fire if any of them get old and brittle and spray the engine bay. I don't like to overly detail engine bays. That always scares me when I see a car that has a super clean engine bay with all kinds of polish on it. So we just did a once over on this just so you can kind of see it in its natural state. And I've got lift shots to match this in our stills gallery. So